Once, there was a king named Saul, the first king of God's people. He looked like a king, but inside, jealousy and darkness grew. Saul's heart turned against a young shepherd named David, the boy who defeated Goliath. Everyone loved David, and Saul's jealousy only deepened. David tried to comfort Saul with music and loyalty, even marrying Saul's daughter Michal. But Saul's anger grew. One day he hurled a spear at David, but David escaped. Saul's son Jonathan, brave and true, loved David like a brother. Jonathan saw God's goodness in David and promised to protect him. The palace became a place of fear for David. Saul sent soldiers to watch David's house, determined to destroy him. Jonathan stood by David, risking everything for their friendship. David realized he had to flee for his life. He left behind his home, his wife, and his best friend. The king's shadow grew, but David's light would not be put out. Jonathan's loyalty was a rare gift. In a world full of danger, David ran alone, with the most powerful man in the land hunting him. But he carried with him the hope of true friendship and the knowledge that God was watching over him. Jonathan knew his father wanted to harm David. In secret, he warned David to hide and devised a plan. Jonathan would shoot arrows in a field as a signal. If the arrows were beyond the boy, David must flee. At the feast, Saul's rage exploded when David's seat was empty. Saul even hurled a spear at Jonathan, proving his deadly intent. Jonathan went to the field, shot the arrows far, and gave the signal. David had to run. After the servant left, David and Jonathan met one last time. They wept, hugged, and said a painful goodbye. Jonathan reminded David of their promise. God would be witness between them and their families forever. Their friendship, tested by danger, was unbreakable. David left, heartbroken but grateful for Jonathan's love. The world felt lonely, but their bond endured. Even a king's anger could not destroy their friendship. Jonathan's courage saved David's life. Their promise would echo through generations. David ran, but he was not truly alone. He carried Jonathan's friendship in his heart. Before meeting Jonathan, David had to escape his own house. Saul's soldiers waited outside, but Michal, David's wife, acted quickly. She helped David climb out a window with a rope in the night. To buy time, Michal disguised a statue in David's bed. When the soldiers burst in, they found only the decoy. Saul was furious, but Michal's quick thinking saved David. David ran into the darkness, away from the king's wrath. Michal's bravery gave David a chance to survive. Alone and hunted, David was grateful for her love. God used Michal's courage to protect David. Every escape was a reminder that he was not forgotten. Now a fugitive, David wandered in search of safety. He came to Nob, where the priest Ahimelech lived. Hungry and alone, David asked for food and received the holy bread. Ahimelech showed kindness, risking much to help David. David also received Goliath's sword, a symbol of past victory. But danger followed. David fled even to enemy territory in Gath. Recognized by his enemies, David pretended to be insane to escape. His cleverness and God's protection kept him alive. David learned to trust God in every desperate moment. He survived by faith, wit, and the kindness of others. Each escape was a lesson in survival and trust. David's journey was lonely, but God provided help along the way. Even in enemy lands, God made a way for him. David's faith grew stronger with every trial. David's journey was just beginning, filled with fear, faith, and hope. He wrote psalms, singing, "The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear?" Jonathan's friendship was a gift, showing true loyalty and love. Real friends stand by you even when it's dangerous. God helped David through people, Jonathan, Michal, and Ahimelech. God often works through ordinary people to show his love. David's faith was bigger than his fear. He trusted God's plan, even when he couldn't see the way. When we feel lost or alone, we can remember David's story. True friends and faith can make us brave. God is with us, holding us safe. David's story teaches us to trust, to love, and to keep our promises, and to know that even in the darkest times, we are never alone.